Hi, welcome back to the show, The Paradigm Shift. Okay, I want us to be those who are going to change our paradigms from being scared of achieving what we have put before us, okay, to become actually achievers, so that we can encourage those who are coming after us to become achievers. Okay, so if you haven't watched the previous episode, kindly do justice and then watch the other episode. It is titled Never Give Up. Okay, so this is going to be titled Killing the Fear. Okay, I'm using this Killing the Fear because if we are not giving up, we must surely know that in the course of our movement there will be points, or there will be times that we'll be scared. Okay, we'll be having fears in our hearts. Okay, the fear we are all witnessing in our daily lives is something that lives in our heads. Okay, if we are able to put it out of our heads, we'll become great achievers. Okay, if we are able to put it out of our heads and put it out of our hearts, okay, put them out of our hearts, then we'll become great achievers. Therefore, it is important for us to be able to kill our fears. In killing the fears means that it doesn't mean you are not going to encounter obstacles on your way. In fact, in our daily lives, every single time we wake up from bed and before we go to bed, in one way or the other, we encounter an obstacle on the way. So to be able to move around the obstacle is very key. And in the course of moving around the obstacle, sometimes some of us just get through a stage where we feel like we never began in the first place. In fact, I experienced that. A lot of people also experience that. So I'm not just saying it because I've been able to overcome mine, but I'm saying it because I want to be able to overcome my fear. And I also want those who are listening and viewing, okay, those watching and listening to what I'm saying, to be able to also overcome their fears. So together we overcome the fears. Overcoming fear is what is going to attain us a lot in this world. In fact, if you are not able to overcome your fear, whatever you achieve, you will feel like somebody is definitely going to pop up somewhere someday and say that you didn't do it well. But if we are poised towards achieving, if we are determined to achieve, okay, we are ready to put out or kill the fear, we'll be able to achieve a lot. Once you realize that you have achieved because you're able to overcome your fear, then you have a success story to tell. I remember back in high school, okay, Accra Academy, I went out during the time of, it was a time for a lesson, okay, in the class, and then I went out of the class trying to take care of attend to some activities, my personal activities. And in fact, it was my very first year. Headmaster was a fierce one. Once you hear his name, you know that this name is enough to put you upright. Okay, but in the course of my movement, I met headmaster on the way. I didn't know that he was my headmaster. Okay, so when I met him, I greeted him, okay, respectfully, because he was an elderly. I greeted him, and then I was walking away, and he asked me, "Where are you going, boy?" And I said, "Oh, I want to take care of an affair, so I have to go." I just spoke to him directly like that. I have to take care of an affair, so we'll get to it and then finish it. And then he I don't know, probably he was surprised at my confidence. This is very interesting. He was like, "Really? Come here." I went there. He was speaking to me, and he was trying to interact with me and making sure that what I'm trying to tell him I'm going to take care of, he knows how to take care of it better than me, and he knows better times of taking care of those responsibilities than I do. So there is no need for me to be found outside at that particular point in time when lessons are going on. I listened to him and I said, "Thank you, sir. I really appreciate what you are saying." And then I left. For some reason, he didn't even call me back. So later on, people were as freshers in school. We didn't know who personally, I didn't even know who the headmaster was, because it took me a long time before I started coming to school. And when I came to school too, mostly I wasn't always at assembly. I'm always late because I come from afar. I was almost always late to school. Okay, so one day in the course of interaction, I realized that at the assembly grounds, every student went quiet when this man stood up. So after the man spoke, I asked, so every day they say the headmaster there. Who is the headmaster? And he asked me, the man who just spoke is the headmaster. And I was like, really? He said, yes. This same man, I interacted with him some few days back as if he was, one of those men who was just walking on campus, and I spoke to him. Then I didn't know he was the headmaster. So I spoke to him respectfully out of my heart, without fear, without any, being perturbed by any, any action that is going to take on me. But after I realized that he was the headmaster, now when I saw him, the moment I saw him, I kind of had some, you know, some fear in me. And you know, sometimes if you don't know certain things, okay, if you don't know certain things, it's good for you. In fact, it's good for you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. But once you begin to know that this is supposed to be an obstacle, this is supposed to be a danger, you know, it creates some kind of wildness in your mind. So you ask yourself, what is fear? Fear occurs when we realize that something is in power over us. But the moment we realize that, oh, we have control over certain things, okay, we have control over our affairs, we have grips of the matter in our hands, okay, we will be able to achieve what we want to achieve. But the moment we are, that kind of, you know, attitude is created in our minds that these are protocols you are supposed to, you know, not cross, or you are not supposed to easily get away with, then it becomes very dangerous for you, or very difficult for you to overcome those obstacles. But the moment we are able to, you know, remove that kind of idea, that kind of veil from our heads that this is nothing, I can overcome it, I can do it, okay, this is just something I can, you know, it's just one of those obstacles in my way, I can just jump over it or go around it, or you'll be done, fine, it makes things easy for you. So I'm saying this to you, okay, and I'm saying it to myself, that in every single day of our lives, okay, in every single journey of our life, we will encounter, you know, obstacles. But we must make sure that that thing called fear in our heads and in our hearts, we kill it with passion. I will leave you here. Kindly subscribe, like, leave a comment so that the video becomes interactive. I'll leave you here.